Hello, everybody. Hello, happy Friday. Hang on, give me a split second here, and I'll say hi to everybody. Give me a second here. I need to set everything up real quick, cause yeah, it's going to be a quick little stream. Yeah, it's going to be a quick little stream. Give me a second here. All right, mic check, 1, 2, mic check, 1, 2, mic check. All right, give me a second here, everybody. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. So. Okay. Hang on. Give me a second here. Let me just double check everything. Give me a second here. Let me just double check everything. Okay. So, let's see here. Let's see. Hi, Rama. How you doing? Hello, Lilac. And thank you for your help, Lilac. You're a very big help. You're probably one of my biggest helpers. Thank you, Lilac. Hope you're doing okay. Alright, so welcome in, Tabby. Hello, Excalibur. How are we all doing today? So today is going to be super quick. Mainly because I have to pick up a family member from work at 7, so we may not get a whole lot done today. But that is okay. And honestly, I kind of left it up to you guys to kind of vote on what exactly we are going to be doing today. Everyone had the same consensus over on my Discord, and that is we are gonna do a very quick little build and chill Zoids stream, because we're also gonna be building this guy tomorrow as well. So if we don't get a whole lot done today, then you know, that's okay. We literally have tomorrow. Right? We do have tomorrow. And that front part of the main just went flying real quick. Give me a second here. Alright. Yeah, so today we are going to pretty much just fly through this as quickly as humanly possible. Because right now I am kind of doing a little bit of last minute touches on the panel lining aspect of it. Let's see here. See, I'm exhausted. Oh, I'm sorry, Tabby. Well, this is a good place to sit. How am I muted? Hey, Hour, how you doing over on YouTube? Hang on real quick. Let me check here real quick. Hour, how you doing over on YouTube? No, I'm not muted. I'm not muted. I don't know where you're coming from, Excalibur. I'm not muted. I don't know where. Yeah, I don't know where you're coming from, Excalibur. Like I can hear myself perfectly fine on my end. So I don't know where that's coming from. Yeah, refresh your systems. So your King Toys, Transhenge, blah, 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 blah. Nice, let's go. Let's go, Ranma. That sounds like a huge-ass haul. Well, I'm glad you can hear me, Lilac. I'm very glad. Yes, remember what Lilac said, everyone. Make sure you all refresh your pages. Alright. But yes, so... yeah, we're going to kind of... just fly through this, and also thank you, Excalibur. Yeah, so earlier this week, I did like my first ever, narration video. I recited a poem. It's actually my favorite poem, and it is called Ozymandias. And I do highly recommend it, that you go and check it out over on YouTube and also on my Twitter as well. I'm very proud of how that turned out. I did like 13 takes and I settled on one that I was like, okay, this sounds really good. Working on more of the blanket. Well, that's really impressive, Lilac. Lilac, you're very talented. I cannot wait to see what this blanket looks like when it's all finished. Make sure you take plenty of pictures. All right, so. Okay, so so right now we are, crap, hang on, let me just try to get rid of the smudges. There we go. Okay, so right now we are trying to pretty much try to clean up most of the panel lining here on the head. But yeah, like I said, if we don't really get through a whole lot today, which we may not, that's okay. If we don't, that's okay, because we do have tomorrow, and I will be doing a little bit of an earlier stream tomorrow. There we go. So I might have to get the Gundam marker for these last little pits. Yeah, I might have to get the Gundam marker for these last little pits on the face. Which this one's about done. So what I'll do is probably just do this and then just kind of wipe it. Just kind of wipe away the excess. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so I think mostly this part of the stream is just panel lining and just kind of wiping stuff away. I do love these little flood panel lining, but at the same time, if you got like some small little crevices and stuff, the Gundam marker's your best friend. Yeah, Gundam marker will always be your best friend. But yeah, so today we are going to try to, well, not finish, but we're going to try to work more on this little project that I'm doing, which is a custom Liger Zero. It is the HMM Liger Zero Blue Soga. So when this is all done, it should. So what it is that it's basically a Liger Zero, except all the black is blue and all the caps are green. So, and then it's got this big old scar on its face. Now, the other part about this, and this is going to be pretty pricey. This is going to be the pricey part about this Liger, is that so when it's done, basically what's going to happen is that I'm going to try to purchase the samurai armor to go with the Soga, because in Zoid's lore, the Soga actually has its own set of samurai armor. Let's see here. You know German Grarl, maybe try doing a poem. So that's the thing, is that I don't quite know. So I know some bit of German, right? So my Oma, she teaches me some German, but I cannot for the life of me carry on a full-blown conversation in German. I can carry on a very basic conversation in Latin, but it's nothing special. I could say, my name is XYZ, but I don't really want to give out my IRL name. So we're just going to paint these little nodes on the Zoid core. And I'm really trying to I'm actually like monitoring my time like a fucking hawk. Also, chat, So apparently, there was a new, like a new dinosaur species that was discovered today. So what it is that it is a early member of the iguanodon family that was found over in China. And what's really fascinating about this is that this iguanodon specimen had it's kind of a weird little creature. So the specimen, right? So it had quills like a porcupine on its neck. So on its neck and I believe its shoulders. And then it also looked like it had like scales like a pangolin on its tail or on its ass. Or I should say its tail and its ass. Which is really, really weird, to say the least. That is a very weird sight. Then again, it really kind of shows just how fucking weird dinosaurs are. Because if I remember correctly, I think ceratopsians have this as well, where some of them actually do have quills. Oh, hang on. Alright. Sorry, got a little bit of meat stuck in between my teeth. Not gonna lie, seeing the Blockies combiners kit bashes on my YouTube timeline is making me go. I'm not the biggest fan of Blockies. I have the Soundwave, which I might get another one to turn it into Sound Blaster. But outside of that, I don't really have any interest in Blockies. I got their Nemesis Prime. Their Nemesis Prime was... it was okay. It was really nothing to write home about. I think I actually threw it away, if I'm gonna be honest. Just because I was just not thrilled with it. I mean, like, if you like Blockies, you know, more power to you. But for me personally, it's okay. Not my cup of tea. But again, their action series, I kind of like. I do kind of fuck with that. Though. Oh, and then also, speaking of dinosaurs. There is apparently a new dinosaur documentary that is coming out. And I am kind of interested in it. It's going to be narrated by Morgan Freeman. So that's going to be really, really interesting. Because now I can sit there and say, I have now heard a dinosaur documentary narrated by fucking John Goodman. If anyone remembers when dinosaurs roamed America, you had like John Goodman. And then I'm checking some other ones. There's I think Richard Attenborough is one of them. John Goodman's another one. And then there is now Morgan Freeman, which it's kind of a weird little flex to sit there and say that I've watched these documentaries, but yeah, here we are. Well, that's good, Lilac. Now make sure you water those flowers. Now you don't want to get those roses all dried up. Alright, so... Also, chat, if you like the Zoid that you see here, I did get it off of HobbyLinkJapan, which is your #1 hobby store in the world for all of your anime figure and your model kit needs. Use chat command code !HLJ. It'll take you directly to the website. And if not, there is the panels down below. The best thing about HobbyLinkJapan is that it all comes straight from Japan. And HobbyLinkJapan does ship worldwide. Now, I am also an affiliate with Waifu Wares. Use my chat command code waifu, take you directly to the website, and then also use my use my code GRARLBROWN at checkout for 15% off on all of your online purchases. because I would love it if I could get a kind of like a waifu cup. That way you can drink your favorite supplements out of me. That's right, you can drink out of me. Because, God, that'd be great. Like, right now, I'm not really too worried about growth in terms of, like, my channel, but Lord knows I would kill for an actual waifu cup of my own. Let's see here. Let me see. How do I... There we go. Okay, that's how. Not only do I have flowers, I also have Christmas cactuses. My family and I love Christmas cactuses. Well, those sound really pretty, Lilac. I imagine that your family is also just loves flowers in general by the sounds of it. Let's see here. All right, so let me pop that out. And honestly, chat, I think tomorrow I'm also going to try to swing by and grab some super glue while I'm at it. 'Cause I am fresh out. So this right here is going to be the base. Yeah, so this is going to be like the collar or like base of the, for like, I guess you could say like the nape of the Liger's neck. Because honestly, I would love to take some pictures of my Soga wearing the other CAS armors of the Liger Zero. And maybe the X armor. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So we'll set that off to the side. Now we get to build the core housing unit. So let's see here. So that's going to be nothing but the E-trays. Now, what I do think is kind of interesting is that a lot of you guys were telling me I have a really good voice for narration. So it's kind of got me doing a little bit of thinking. So if you guys do like Ozymandias, then I will continue to do more of those narration videos. I just kind of need to think about what exactly do I want to do next. And what's funny was that, like, so this is kind of funny. So I showed Ozymandias to Mama Rex, right? And this kind of made me go, huh? So I showed it to Mama Rex, and she was telling me I should be really good for, like, ASMR. And it kind of took me aback a little bit, because I was not expecting Mama Rex, of all people, to sit there and say I should do ASMR. Because, like, I do have an ASMR redeem, but the ASMR redeem is just there as just for shits and giggles. Because I'm not gonna lie, it was totally there solely to kind of make fun of ASMR, like hee hee hoo hoo. This is just kind of absurd and kind of silly. Just because like I always thought like the concept of ASMR was just kind of goofy. But no, according to my own mother.
Huh?
Electricity.
Oh yeah, so hot.
Who goes
What's
there?
that? Whoa! With the wave of my finger and the flick of my dick. One's that from me will kill you quick, so get on your knees to suck and blow. But not right now, I've got to go.
Fuck, I hate when he rhymes.
But yeah, so like, that's just fucking funny coming from my own mother saying that I should be really good for ASMR. It's just one of those things you don't expect. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I have built so many of these goddamn Zoids that I feel like I could legit just build this thing without the instructions. If I'm gonna be honest with you. Let's see here. So this is gonna go. There we go. So, oh fuck, I hate this. This is the infamous piece right here. This right here is the infamous piece. The piece that me and Akami have told my friend Selena about. Hang on, give me a second here. Sorry, I had to answer a message here real quick. But yeah, so this is the infamous N2 piece. And it's a super tiny piece. Let me see here. Shit, hang on. Fuck. Ah, shit. Yeah, so this is the... Because, like, that is the piece right there. That is the piece. And it has to go in here at an angle. Shit. Yeah, because this thing has to get in this little hole at an angle. Yeah, so I gotta take this off stream. Or off camera. Because I gotta line this shit up. Ah, shit. Okay, I think I got it. Or as good as it's gonna get. There we go, perfect. Hang on. Okay, so that is a ginormous pain in the ass. That was a ginormous pain in the ass. Luckily, once this thing is in, I'm going to try to make sure that this thing does not come out. That should be lodged in there pretty good. Yeah, that shit ain't coming out. Yeah, that shit's definitely not coming out. Okay. So, now I need P. P. Because, like, so there are pieces here that I would like to... So there are some pieces in here that I would love to glue down, but because of the CAS armor system for this, for the Liger Zero, I am so paranoid about gluing in pieces that I'm really not supposed to glue in. Because if I do that, then I won't be able to put in some armor pieces if I want to change out the armor. Because that's kind of the whole point. Nope. There we go. Okay, so we have the core house. The core housing block is something that we are definitely going to glue in once this is all finished. So we could set that off to the side. Okay, so next, we're going to need P10, 7, 9, and 6. My dog... And Nook over here wants to say hello. Yes. Where's your buddy? Nook. Would you like to say hi to chat? No? Nah, he don't want... He thinks it's close to his meal time. I can't say the actual word because that gets him excited. Although he is a very picky boy when it comes to that time, because sometimes he will eat, sometimes he won't eat, and half the time it really feels like you're trying to feed a toddler. Because some days he will be very picky, even though you put all of his favorites in it. And the boy still will not eat. Although you got to be careful because the other dogs, however, have no problems eating his food. All right, so E. Oh wait, I think I already popped out. I think I already did. Yeah, I think I already popped out E. I think it's in the box. Which one of these are... Which one of you is E? Alright, let's take a look. So, E is a small little box, basically. I think that actually fell out. And it might be in my chair somewhere. If not, let's see here real quick. Yeah, so it's the small little box. So we'll sandwich that little piece in. Okay. Where? Hang on. Let me see. If, I think my other P dropped somewhere. Give me a second here, guys. Let's see. Where did that other P go? So I'm wondering if it. I wonder if it dropped on the desk somewhere. No, it doesn't look like it. Because it's a small little polycap. Nope. Oh, yep, there it is. I see it. It was on the chair. Okay. We're good. Alright, we're good, guys. We're good. Also, I'm not gonna lie, right now, so I was looking at my little Hammond collection dinosaurs, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of getting a little bit like giddy about it because so I made a post about it, right? So I made a post about it, and I made a post showing off my dinosaurs. Let me see here. Oh wait, hang on. You should definitely do some green text one of these days. Oh, well, see, that's the thing, Hour. That's the thing, is that, with green text, that is, in order for me to find a green text story where they're not, consecutively dropping the N-word and other slurs, yeah, that's gonna be hard, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. Trying to find a green text story that doesn't drop the N-word every other sentence. Or dropping the R-word every other sentence. I mean, personally for me, I don't care about the R-word, because again, I'm, military, we drop that word all the time. It's the other slurs that they drop. I'm like, I can't read this live. Just like me dropping or me doing like readings of Sonichu. I would love to read Sonichu. Like, genuinely would love to read Sonichu. But there's a lot of stuff in Sonichu that I can't say. Right? Like, there's a ton of words that Christian has said over the years that I cannot utter. Here we go. Did you see the news of the... Did you see the news? There are new ones in... Wait, hold up, what? Wait, what are you talking about? The news, there are new ones... Hold up. Hang on, let me expand that real quick. Oh, are you talking about the Hammond collection? Are you talking about the Hammond collection? I did. If you're talking about the... You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna build the shotgun. Just fuck it. Yeah, so, I didn't know that they were gonna introduce the Hypsilophodon. I do know that they are finally, and I do mean finally, going to make a Hammond Collection Indominus and Endoraptor, which, or no, I'm sorry, not Endoraptor, Scorpius, which, holy shit, finally, it's about time. Because the only way you could get a Hammond Collection-esque styled Indominus Rex would have been breaking the bank for something like Yayos Toys or what is it? Or Edo Collectibles. And well, we know about Edel. We do know about that. Or Namu. And Nanmu's Indominus is extremely small. Especially if you want to do, like, the whole Hammond collection kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I am stoked that we're actually getting that. That and also things like the Mutadons, which, as a kid of the 90s, you know, as a child of the 90s, I grew up with the Chaos Effect line. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't, like, the biggest hater of the Mutadons. I will say that. I was not the Mutadons' biggest hater. Now, granted, I also don't get why they exist. I don't get why they exist at all. I mean, like, you can try to sit there and say, well, actually, they were on the island. They were on the island. They were their first test subjects for the hybrids. But it's like, bro, that's a dumb excuse. The Mutadons really did not need to exist. Hell, and I'm gonna be real. About the Jurassic Park movie. That movie in general did not need to exist. But the Mutadons I did like because they give off huge Chaos Effect vibes. And I love that. I really do. But yeah, no. Honestly, those things should not exist. The movie itself also should not exist, but here we are. Same, I had a few figures, including the, I did too, I did too, I love that one as a kid. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to hunt one down just for the nostalgia factor. I'm gonna be honest. Let's see here. Apparently the Mutadon scenes were originally the Quetzal scenes. Oh, though that's dumb. I don't know why the Quetzals would be so highly predatory and aggressive. I feel like something like a Quetzalcoatlus would not be, you know, be like a full-blown active predator like that. But sure, yeah. But no, I'm saying, like, when it comes to that movie, narratively, they kind of wrote themselves into a corner, because now there's only so much they can do, narratively speaking. Right? So, like, narratively speaking, there's only so much they can do now. Now, apparently now they are going to make they're going to make a few more, which I'm going to be honest, why? No, really, why? The latest Jurassic World movie. Yeah, the latest Jurassic World movie. Rebirth. Which, again, really did not need to exist. It's nice that it does, but I really feel like that movie was just there just to keep the property in the public, in the public eye. So it felt like producers were just like, all right, we need to make another Jurassic movie, so make it about something. Because narratively speaking, it really doesn't make sense. Lore-wise, it makes even less sense. At least to me. Oh, the movie where they killed off dinosaurs for unscientific reasons? Exactly. Even though they said in the previous movie, oh, dinosaurs are integrating well with the environment. Nature is healing. It's like, okay, cool. Now they're dying off, I guess. Sure. Because they can't adapt to the environment. I don't know. Apparently in the last movie, they seem to be doing pretty good. They seem to be bumming it out and chilling out in the fucking, what is it, the African savannah with rhinos, like it's not a big deal, but here we are, I guess. Let's see here. I share the media concept for the Quet's store going after the kids. Okay, yeah, I'll have to take a look at that later on. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that later on then. But yeah, so apparently, I guess now they're wanting to get Chris Pratt back into the Jurassic franchise, which, again, why? Like, why? I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I love Chris Pratt. Like, Chris Pratt's my favorite actor. Love the man. Love the man. I think he's really good at what he does. I think he's really good. But to bring back Chris Pratt, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's honestly kind of the same way how I felt about bringing back the original actors from Jurassic Park back in Dominion. It's just, why? Really didn't need to be there except for member berries and just remember these people? They were from the first movie. Isn't the first movie so great? Here, we will retcon and fix the mistake that we made nearly over 20 years ago and make Grant and Sattler be together. Isn't that great, guys? Like, just looking back at it, except for maybe Jeff Goldblum, because he's just being Jeff Goldblum, everyone felt just kind of tired. Like, it legit felt like everyone was just tired. I don't know. I genuinely feel like they just need to stop. Like, honestly, they just need to stop. Wasn't Dominion a rush production? I don't know. That one I cannot say. Because I do not know. If you were to tell me that it was, I wouldn't doubt it. That would sound plausible. I mean, granted, I'm not complaining because I thought But then again, I feel like I'm a little bit in the minority in that I don't think Dominion was that bad. Right? As a Jurassic Park movie, I don't think it was bad. I think it was okay. I don't think it was as nearly as bad as a lot of people want to make it out to be. But then again, I'm also kind of in the minority. Probably a very small minority. But yeah, I didn't think it was awful. Right? Like, it could have been a lot better. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. And also, I will say, I did like the fact that they brought in, animals that are kind of obscure-ish. Like Morose. There's like Morose Intrepidus. There is things like Dreadnoughtus. Hell, even to an extent, the Quetzalcoatlus. Or the Atrociraptor. Or hell, even the Pyroraptor. I thought was kind of cool that they brought these more or less obscure dinosaurs and other prehistoric animals into the spotlight. But still, it just was okay. Wasn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, hell, I would even dare say like the Giganotosaurus as well. Looking at, and I'm even looking at my Hammond Collection Giganotosaurus, and it's not bad. I personally don't mind it. I don't mind the look of it. It's not the worst thing in the world. Is it scientifically accurate? And here's the thing, like, if you're gonna complain about scientific accuracy in a Jurassic Park movie, grow up. That's all I'm gonna say, is grow up, because you're gonna be bitching to the void. I'm gonna be flat out honest. You are bitching to the void. Because you're walking into a Jurassic Park movie. Alright, you are walking into a Jurassic Park movie. Accuracy is kind of gone out the window. So, I mean, again, are a lot of these creatures accurate? Not at all. But are the things like, are they enjoyable to watch? Yeah, I think so. Let's see. So I need. Gee. I'm stuffy. God, I'm so damn stuffy. It's just fucking cold, man. I'm not sick or anything, it's just... God damn. Also, I was kind of scrolling through Twitter today, and I saw something that kind of low-key made me a little sad, but also kind of hopeful. So I think today in Japan they did the final send-off for Super Sentai. So for those who don't know, Super Sentai as we know it is done. You could say it's a hibernation. But as for all intents and purposes, Super Sentai is done. Like, Gozuger was the last Sentai. which is kind of sad. And there's several reasons why. So things like the declining of toy sales is one of them. I think it's like what was it like? I want to say some of it had to deal with like the declining toy sales is one of the factors. I think there might have been some meddling going on with like in terms of like Power Rangers and stuff like that. I don't quote me on that one. But I think so. Might also play a key factor. I would have to go and look that stuff up. But yeah, so it looks like they were doing like a live concert event or a stage show where they finished it off with Gozu Red, or the Wolf Ranger, posing with the very first Red Ranger one last time. And then I think like at the end, I want to say at the end of the concert, Gavin Infinity came in. So it is to kind of mark the end of one era and the beginning of another, which I'm kind of curious as to what Gavin Infinity is going to bring to the table. Now, supposedly they're not finished, right? They're not entirely finished with Super Sentai. So I think they want to bring it back at like a much later date, which honestly, that's fair. That is perfectly fair. And now we can actually let some other shows kind of take the spotlight for a while. And Gavin's a good choice. Because Gavin, for a while, was kind of in the background, if not, was just flat out in dormancy for a while. Because, like, so Gavin was always there. Like, in terms of tokusatsu, Gavin was always there. But he was never, like, sometimes he was never really in the foreground, but he is one of those shows where it's like, if you know, you know, and if you know, you get a fist bump. Right? It's one of those things. It's like Shogeki go Raigon. It's like, if you know, you know. So it's like, if you know, you know, and if you know, you get a fist bump. Or you get like that meme where the guy's just like nodding. Like that meme. That's kind of Gavin. That's kind of like what Gavin is. I hope I'm explaining that a little bit better. But shows like Kamen Rider, I think Kamen Rider, in all honesty, I think Kamen Rider is kind of entering its, I wouldn't say its golden era, maybe, I don't know, what's a good word for it? What's a good word for it, chat? Like, silver era, I guess you could say? It's hitting a new era, and it's gaining a lot of popularity more than ever. So, like, Kamen Rider, I don't think is going anywhere anytime soon. Especially with the popularity it's gaining from overseas. Especially since, like, we've had things like, say, our first ever black Kamen Rider. Granted, I think he was from, I want to say he was from 01. No, I think it was from, what was it? I think Geats. I want to say Geats. And he was partnered with a white, so literally they were the white saber-toothed tiger and the Black Panther Kamen Rider. Yeah, that was the thing. And that was our very first black Kamen Rider. That is kind of funny. But their designs were not bad. Like, in all honesty, their designs weren't that bad. All right. All right, so this is going to go, I think, like so. Just don't want to break anything, because damn, that is tight. So that's probably as far as it's going to go. And then this is going to go in like so. That's just going to sandwich it in. Yeah, so that's going to sandwich it in. We're going to take this piece, which is the little stabilizer wings, or winglets, I should say, because they're not really full-fledged wings. And fold that up. And then later, we'll take that, and it's going to go in, I think, like so. But just make sure that's in there pretty good. Yep, I think that's it. Sorry, chat. I'm just kind of like trying to monitor my clock here. And so, if anything, we'll probably have like the entirety of the upper torso done by the end of it. By the looks of it. So we're going to set that off to the side. So now we need the P tray again. So this is going to be like for the actual chest cavity. So we're going to set those. Actually, no, we're going to flip these around because these are going to be also the main, what is this? Like the main legs or the base of the legs, I should say. So now we need E and F. So F3. Yeah, so F3 and okay, so they're both F3s. And I'm thinking like once I'm done with like my family stuff, I think tonight, we're just gonna watch I think we're gonna watch Gundam again in the server. Because so my goal for 2026. So I have a goal for 2026, and that is to so one of my goals is to kind of like finish up the Universal Century. So I finished up the original Mobile Suit Gundam series. So I finished that one up. Now I am trying to go in chronological order. So one of the things I hit that's a little bit of a snag is Gundam the Origin. Now, with the Origin, it's a little odd because it is, so it's a prequel. It kind of tells you how Zeon came to be. But at the same time, right? So, at the same time, it's also kind of an alternative telling. Now, it's not like, say, Gundam Thunderbolt, where Thunderbolt is not really canon. Thunderbolt is its own separate continuity. It's one of the alternative timeline continuities, like, say, Jaquux, which I'm still waiting for an apology for Jaquux. I'm never going to get it, but here we are. Now, also, the origin, I guess you could say, is also an alternative, but a lot of fans kind of consider it canon. It's more canon than, say, Thunderbolt. Not to say that Thunderbolt is bad. No, by no means. But by no means was Thunderbolt bad. Like, Thunderbolt is just not canon with the Universal Century. Did many of the older Zoids had vehicles that can carry? So to answer that question is, yes, there were other carrier Zoids. So a good example are things like Whale Kings is a very good example of older carrier type Zoids. There was also the Gustav, where the Gustav was a snail that basically acted almost kind of like a combat like carrier in a weird way. Now there are some other Zoids that don't have official model kits, but they are in the lore that are shown to carry Zoids. I think one of them are called I think they're called Moby Dick carriers that you'll see in a lot of like Zoid box arts. And I believe those, I don't think they're whales. I think they are Leeds Ichthyes type Zoids because their body proportions do look like a Leeds Ichthyes. They do have a very huge like head frame along with like a wide mouth to go with it. A very boxy / angular wide mouth. But they are also older carrier Zoids. So, by the looks of it, I mean, more for like mini units on the Ultra Store. Oh, like, are you talking about like in terms of model kits? Yes. So in terms of the model kits, there are. So there are things like the Dragoon Nest, which are lobster Zoids. You have the Hover Cargo. And that's about it. Yeah, that's about it, really. They didn't really have... Oh, and also the Whale King. And those usually took, like, small little, Gachapon Zoids. So, let me see here. If that's what you're talking about. Let's see. And honestly, I'm kind of in the market for looking for a Whale King. They're really, really cool, and I really wish I could have grabbed one whenever I was younger. Not so much the Hover Cargo, but more or less like the Whale Kings and the Dragoon Nests. Like, they're really cool. But, like, if you read the Zoids Encyclopedia, we would have gotten actually a lot more. Like, we would have actually gotten, like, a weirdly, like, a good amount of, like, carrier Zoids. Like, we would have gotten things like an octopus, a starfish, a penguin, a pelican, a seahorse, a mola mola. Like, it's kind of weird that a lot of these concept Zoids were carrier Zoids. Yeah, the Dragoonus is just an odd one. Just because it's just a lobster. Or as we say it up here in Maine, a lobster. Yeah, it's a lobster Zoid.
We have a new guest in the park. Please enjoy your
Dark
stay.
Dark Beast Boy return. Thank you so much for becoming a park guest. Thank you. How are you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Hang on. See here if I can just kind of... This stuff is painted to shit. I might have to just start slamming stuff in. Or, you know, that works too. Just kind of slide that in a little bit. Alright. Alright, there we go. Do you like lobster? Yes, we do. All I can think of is... Yeah, the Rock Lobster song. Rock Lobster? Or like the... What was it, like the Rock Lobster? Death to America! And death to butter! Alright, there we go. So now we have... This is actually turning out really good, guys. Like, this is turning out really, really... Ooh. I say that in a false part. No, like, this Zoid is turning out really nice. Like, I'm really loving this. I gotta be kind of careful, though, because the type of paint that I used made its joints a little bit stiff. But no, I am loving how this turned out. Like, this is looking really nice. Let's see here. All I remember is Peter saying, do you like lobster? I can't remember. Yeah, because I think that's the Rock Lobster song. Yeah, no, this is turning out really, really nice. The blue that I used for the Soga is really good. I definitely might have to pick up a little thing of super glue tomorrow just to kind of keep all of that together. Yeah, because normally I use Tamiya brand because I have a little bit of a brand loyalty. Honestly, I would love it if Tamiya actually like picked me up as a sponsorship. Because God, that would be great. Because then I have honestly, like as a VTuber, I kinda peaked. Right? So I got my dream sponsorship, which is HobbyLinkJapan. So now I'm like, okay, now I kind of want to get my other sponsorship from like, say, GamerSups. And like, if I can sit there and say like, okay, so if I can get like, I don't know, GamerSups and Tamiya, I would be happy. I'm gonna be real with you. I will be very, very happy. It's like, yes, this is what I want. This is how I have now officially peaked as a VTuber. I got all my dream sponsorships. If there weren't like any compete clauses with HobbyLink, I would also reach out to like, say, I don't know, Shozy. And be like, hey, hit me up. See, I was issued a custom paint challenge, and I'm honestly excited to do it, aka paint a Zagok with, like any crustacean Pokemon. Oh, that would be really cool. Like, okay, a Zagok would look really cool with, like, Clauncher. And, like, Clauncher colors. But that's just me. But no, seriously, that's like, hey, Tamiya, hit your boy up. Hit your boy up. Yeah. I kind of want to get more Xeon kits. Because, like, okay, Xeon might be a little bit on, like, kind of on the radical side in terms of, like, the 1 Year War, but I really love Xeon. Because, like, yes, I know, haha, Xeon is nothing but space Nazis. I get it, ha ha ha. But no, like, after watching things like MS Igloo and Gundam The Origin and hell, even the original Mobile Suit Gundam series, I've grown to realize that not all of Xeon are literal space Nazis. The only ones that are actual space Nazis are, I think Degwin. I think Degwin's probably the only one that is just genuinely a space Nazi. Hell, he actually sat there and said like, "Oh yes, this Hitler man sounds like a great guy." Full blown, actually fully endorsed Hitler. He was like, "Ah yes, this is great." To where even his own father's just like, Bro, really? No, that's not what I was trying to get at. But no, like, for every, like, I don't know, like, Degwin zombie, there's Dolzul. Right? For every Makuve, there's Ramba. Like, there's genuinely good people on Xeon. Again, take a good example as Ramba. He's one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Because of the fact that he's a very honorable man. And he doesn't really, so he's only loyal to Xeon for Xeon. Like, he's loyal to Xeon Daikun, the quote-unquote founder of the Principality of Xeon. He's not loyal to the zombies. He does not give a flying shit about the zombies. But he does genuinely love Xeon Daikun and his kids. And he does show a good bit of honor to where he could have killed Amuro right on the spot. He could have. But he chose not to and actually had a drink with Amuro and actually got to know him. Like, he knew he was the Gundam pilot. He flat out knew Amuro was the Gundam pilot. And just didn't bother. Like, he could have won Xeon the war when Amuro ran away while they were all in the neutral colony. But Ramba's like, nah, he's just a boy. Dad's like something. Yeah, no, like, I think it's Egwin. Yeah, I think that's the old guy, Egwin Zabi. Yeah, what I think it's like Egwin, Degwin, Dolzul, Cassilia. I might be getting like the other two mixed up, but I believe, yeah, Dolzul is the big giant. He's kind of, I guess you could say he's like the friendly giant in a way. Because Dolzul actually loves his men. Like, it's been shown that he just genuinely loves his men. And his men love him, and he also loves his wife, and he loved his daughter. Dagwin, yeah. Yeah, Dagwin is Space Hitler. Yeah, Dagwin is Space Hitler. Yeah, Dolzul was a loving husband. Like, he genuinely was a good man. And you kind of see a little bit of Dolzul in his daughter when she grows up in Gundam Unicorn. Which makes her, I think that makes her the only last remaining Zabi. If memory serves me right, she's the last remaining Zabi. Alright, so we'll set that off to the side. Set these off to the side. Why am I so stuffy? Alright. Checking the time. Because we don't have too much longer. But yeah, so in terms of the Universal Century, I've watched MS Igloo, I've watched Requiem for Vengeance, I have watched the Mobile Suit Gundam, so I'm trying to catch up with all the Universal Century. I think the only things I have left are, let me see here. I'm trying to finish up the Origin, because at least that one can kind of give you a little bit of a rough estimate of just how everything started. So I'm watching the Origin, and then I think next I'm going to do is watch. I think the next one on my list is Zeta. I want to say it's Zeta. Because technically speaking, you can watch all the in-between stuff, like 08. It's just a movie, so that's quick. Yeah, F91. Yeah, because like all the in-between stories, like War in the Pockets, 08, all that stuff is in between, so you can kind of watch it at your own leisure. But for like, in terms of like the main ones, there is, I think next is on my list is Zeta. And then Double Zeta, and then because I've already watched Char's Counterattack, so then yeah, F91, and I think Hathaway's Flash, I think is next. Because I've seen Unicorn. I have seen Unicorn. Stardust Memories is Top Gun of Gundam. I've been told that. I have been told that. I hear nothing but good things about Stardust Memory. I also know, what is it? I think it is, I think it's Zeta. I think it's Zeta, where the creator of Gundam was known as Tommy. I think it's like what, Tomino Killamal Tomino. I believe that's actually where he got his nickname. Was things like Zeta Gun. No. Was it Zeta? No. I think Double Zeta is the one that has the more serious tone. I think Zeta was the one that had the more lighthearted tone. Which, honestly, after Zeta and Victory... Okay, so Zeta is the one that has the more darker tone. So I know one of them he wrote in his depression. Which, I will say this, and I will die on this hill. Sometimes when you write when you're in a depression, sometimes depression does not make good anime. I'm looking at you, Neon Genesis Evangelion. I'm looking right at you, buddy. And yes, I do think Evangelion's a piece of shit. And I'm tired of pretending that it's not. Fucking blast me off into oblivion. I do not care. Tomino wrote a lot of series when he was depressed. Yeah, that's what I've been told. But I also know things like War in the Pocket, Stardust, Zeta are all like just phenomenal pieces. Now, those are the ones I'm really, really excited to watch. Not like I'm not having fun while working my way up there. Because no, like right now, I'm having a blast watching all the other Gundams. Like, I genuinely am. Like, they're a blast and a half. I will say though, there are some like Requiem for Vengeance. It was good. I thought it was good. The ending was not great. I think when it came to the ending, I think Requiem for Vengeance dropped the ball. Let's see here. Some of the series he wrote are non-Gundam. Yeah, I know he's wrote other mecha series that aren't Gundam. I know that for a fact. Well, Ranma, the reason why people will sit there and glaze Evangelion to hell and back was because it has quote-unquote deep symbolism when it never did. The creators came out and said, like, there is no deep symbolism. We put Judaico-Christian iconography in the show because we thought it looked cool. But people just ran with it, thinking that it has some deep prophetic stuff to say, but it's like, no, you guys are just stupid. You guys are just dumb. No, you're just looking way too deep into it. The ending felt like sequel bait. It did. No, I will say though, was that I did not like the ending for the fact that it felt too happy. Especially after the final battle, the ending just felt way too happy. Like it felt way too positive for what it was, for what the series was all about. And that might sound weird, right? That might sound weird, like, oh my god, you don't like a happy ending? What's wrong with you? No, like, the whole thing about Requiem for Vengeance was bleak. All of it was bleak. Like, even the final battle between, what's-her-name and the Gundam pilot was also really bleak. Like, so spoiler alert. So the main character, she's a mom. Like, she's a mom. We see tons of flashbacks to her kid and her life before the war and everything. And the Gundam pilot and her son are actually no older than each other. Like, they're around the same age. And that was like one of the big driving factors for this, was that she really didn't want to fight him because he was just a boy. Like, he was a boy no older than her own son. And that was kind of what made the final fight tragic, was that she had to kill a child who was no older than her own son. Like, that was heavy. Like, that is some heavy shit. And then it leaves off on this really positive note of, I am now basically like, I'm essentially a resistance fighter now. Helping out those, finding refuge on Earth and blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, but like, if you just had it to where you cut to credits right as she killed the Gundam pilot and she's wailing to the sky, that would have been fine. That's the whole tone of the Universal Century. I know that sounds weird. I know that sounds weird. You're probably thinking, oh, Grarl, that's weird for you to sit there and go, oh my god, why are you complaining about it? No, like that's kind of like the whole point. It kind of muddles the entire. There we go. Okay. Sorry, my mic got unplugged there for half a second. But yeah, so, no, like, it just kind of muddles the whole theming of the whole series, right? That's kind of where I'm getting at. But, like, outside of that, I thought the characters were okay. Like, they were all fine. The fight between the Gundam and the Zaku's, the opening fight scene between the two, was, I think, probably one of the most brutal I have seen in the Universal Century. And it makes it even more disturbing, the fact that this extremely brutal, like, almost just straight up execution of the entire, what was it, like the Wolf Squad, I think it was carried out by a child. Like, he was just a boy. And the thing is, like, it wasn't Amuro. And I just want to sit there and emphasize, it was not Amuro who was piloting this Gundam. I think the ending ties into a section of Double Zeta. I don't know, because I have not watched Zeta, so I cannot say. I will take your word for it. Right? Like, I will 100% take your word for it, but yeah, I don't know. Because I have not watched Zeta. Alright, so... I'm trying not to spoil. Okay, good. I3. There we go. Yeah, because I am really excited for Zeta. Because funny enough is that Zeta has my favorite Universal Century Gundam, and that's the Gundam Mark II. I am just absolutely... I can't speak. I'm absolutely smitten with the Gundam Mark II. It's really good. I love it. That's why I'm trying to hurry and watch... I'm trying to hurry up and watch Zeta. So that way I can gawk at this Gundam. This beautiful Gundam. That, and I also want to watch, which one did the comp fair come in? Was it War in the Pocket? Was it War in the Pocket? I think it was War in the Pocket. Which is funny because I have not watched War in the Pocket, but the comp fair is like my favorite non-Gundam mobile suit in the Universal Century. Yeah, War in the Pocket. Alright, so... I need to finish Turn and continue watching more Modern Gundam. So I will say this. Modern Gundam is good. Like, Modern Gundam is very good. I would say avoid Gundam Seed. I mean, like, you can watch Gundam Seed and see Destiny. But it's not a fun watch. Some people like it. Some people do. I like Seed because of their mobile suits are really good. They have really cool mobile suits. And that's where all the praising stops. Actually, no, I take that back. It has really good mobile suits. And also, TMR does the music. And I'm a big TMR fan. And that's pretty much where the praising stops. Music's good. Mobile suits are good. The characters make you want to smash your head on the wall. I'm looking at you, Kira Yamato. Especially Kira Yamato. There's a reason why he is known as Kira Jesus Christ Yamato. Why he is like the most Gary Stew of Gary Stews. He's such a Gary Stew, he makes Kirito from Sword Art blush. I like the Seed series, but I meant the Gundam Build series. Oh, Gundam Build, I don't know. I have not watched Gundam Build. I kind of don't plan on watching Gundam Build. Like, if you like Gundam Build, that's perfectly fine. No judgment here on Gundam Build. Right? Like, there's no judgment here. The model kits for Gundam Build, cool as hell. I had a few. Right? Like, I had a few cool as hell model kits, right? I cannot tell you a damn thing about the anime. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. I do know a couple of things about the anime. People go nuts over one of the girls and the mom. Everybody sims for the mom. Like, she is one of the penultimate anime MILFs. Just don't Google. Well, Google her, but with a safe search on. All right, so. Oh, right here. I was like, hold up. But yeah, outside of that, I cannot tell you one thing about Gundam Build Fighters. I just know that it was meant to shill out some of the latest model kits that Bandai had at the time. And I think they actually introduced the real grades into the anime. Age I'm iffy on because it tries to fit in the original Zeta Gundam Double Zeta Shar's Counterattack into one series but be child friendly. I don't like that. I don't like that, honestly. There we go. So now we have the body of our Liger Zero done. So actually, what I'm going to do, because we don't have a whole lot of time left, I'm going to skip the legs. And we're going to make the weapon. Make its double shot cannon and its boosters. If I have time. I should have time. I should have plenty of time to do this. Because the cannons shouldn't be too hard. Oh, also missed this piece. There we go. Yeah, missed a piece. And I learned this the hard way from my other Liger Zero. Don't glue this. Do not glue this. Because this piece right here is meant to be taken off when you transform the Liger Zero into the Panzer. Yeah, this piece you do take off when you turn the Liger Zero into the Panzer. So, don't glue that. And considering that I'm going to turn this into the Samurai Liger Zero, I really don't want to start gluing shit down. Because I do not know what needs to be taken off. There we go. Alright, so we can take that, shove it. There we go. Now he's done. Now he's done. But yeah, no, this is coming along super nice. Like, I am actually kind of surprised. Okay, so... Hey, Forgotten, how you doing? It's going to be a short little stream today. Yes, this is the Liger Zero. It's a variant of the Liger Zero, technically speaking. This is the Liger Zero Soga. It's part of my little Zoids project that I have going on, where I bought a couple of Zoids that I wanted to turn into customs. So one of those was a Storm Sorter that I turned into the Storm Sorter Jet, which was off stream. Now this one is going to be the Soga, and luckily on Etsy. Oh, Phobos knows. Oh, Phobos definitely knows about my custom project. I've told him about this, actually. I was like, hey, I'm gonna do this. There we go. Yeah, he was like one of the first people I told about this little project. Did you know his Articuno like Zoid was my recommendation? No, I did not know that. That's really cool. Okay, actually, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? The tail should be easy as pie, so we should... I got about 10 minutes, so I want to see if I can slam out the tail as fast as I can. So, we're about to go into hyper-focus mode here, boys. As soon as I can find the pieces for the tail. What is it? H. Yeah, we're about to go into hyper-focus mode because I got about 10 or so minutes to crack out this tail. If I can find pieces. For like decades. Nice! Yeah, no, Phobos is like one of my dear friends. I love Phobos. Ooh, yeah, maybe, you know what? You know what, actually, I feel like this probably needs to cook a little bit more, especially, well, nah, well, okay, what I'll do is probably tomorrow, what I'll do tomorrow is build the tail and then, paint the tail. Probably what I'll do. Yeah, I'm really happy that he's joining. I think I was actually one of the people that convinced him into being a VTuber. Let me see here. 4-4. Yeah, I think what I'll do is like... maybe just hit this with one coat. Because all it really is just one side. But yeah, I'll probably just hit this with one coat tomorrow. That way it's doesn't look like half and half. That way it doesn't look like a hot bag of ass. The tail's gonna be rough. I will apologize for this. The tail will look a little rough. Which is funny because there is an official Zoids VTuber. And she got her own little figure. And then there was also the Zoids HoloLive collab with Fubuki. And then now Phobos is a VTuber. It looked neat once. Yeah, no, like, oh, it's gonna look nice. This is going to look very, very nice once it's all done. Let's see here. Trying to make sure that I don't break it. Because I did... coat a little bit of glue, or not glue, but paint on the whatchamacallit, the pegs for the tail. So, yeah, no, it's just gonna be it with like one side, and then we should be good. But yeah, there is an official Zoids VTuber, and she actually just got her figure out, I think like earlier this week. Quarl, what time do you need to go to pick up your family again? About 7, so I got a few minutes left. Thank you for reminding me. Technically 7:30 because, well, so Mama Rex gets off at like 7, and it takes about 30 minutes to drive to, you know, pick her up from where she works at. So, yeah, no, we should be okay. In fact, actually, once this tale is finished, I will send you guys on a raid, and then I gotta skedaddle skedoodle. So no time for funny hee hee ha ha me redeems. At least for tonight, guys. At least for tonight, no funny hee hee ha ha redeems. Yeah, so I'm Eastern. I am Eastern time zone. But worry not, because tomorrow we will pretty much pick up where we left off tonight. I just wanted to see how much we can crank out. Before I actually have to get up and go. And honestly, I think we cranked out a good bit. Like, we genuinely made a pretty good little dent. If I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, if I'm gonna be honest, we managed to crank out a good bit. All right, so. Oh yeah, no, we are cranking that. Oh yeah, no, like we are golden, baby. We are golden. I was gonna say someone call the K-pop Demon Hunters because we are golden. All right. Hang on. I think I'm missing a piece. Hang on, give me a second here. Yes. All right, there we go. And with that, he is finished. Very stiff. He has a very, very stiff tail. but he is finished. Or at least the torso is finished. And like I said, tomorrow we will continue where we left off. Right? We will continue where we left off. So, if you did miss the stream, oh god, do not worry because we are going to continue working on this tomorrow. Around 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Ooh, shit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That is actually really good. Like, we did a pretty good little din on this guy. For an hour, like a couple of hours? Yeah, we banged this out like a good bit. Holy shit. Oh, there is one thing that I missed. Hang on. Let me before we go. Before we leave, hang on, give me a second here. There we go. Okay, now it's finished. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now nothing's missing. Okay, cool. All right. So, take it to just chatting. All right, guys. For 2 hours, we managed to put a pretty good little dent. Right? So, we managed to put in a pretty good little dent on our Zoid. Tomorrow, I don't know if we will finish it. We might finish it tomorrow because all we have left are the legs and the boosters. So that's really not a whole lot left. So I'm going to throw you into a random person for the night. I'm going to send you over to Bonk. I'm going to throw you at Bonk. You guys go bite her legs or something. I'm going to drop the kids off at Bonk's place. Be nice to Bonk. Make sure you bite her kneecaps and bite her ankles. And all that good stuff. And let me see here. Okay. So, I'm going to throw you all at Bonk. And I got to go and pick up Mama Rex. So, I will see you all tomorrow. And we will continue and hopefully finish our Liger Zero. So, until then, everyone, I'll catch you all later. And let's go say hi to Bonk.